It's literally 12 a.m. in Europe. Sorry. I was doing this morning, taking phone calls, doing business, discussing numbers. There were some huge numbers today. Let me show you some of the notes I wrote from like a meeting I had earlier today. So it was pretty big. Big things were happening today. I think they even said 7, but I forgot to write it down. I'm gonna have to do a follow-up. I remember we were saying like maybe like later next year. So let me write out 2024 here. Somebody asked why I was late. So I was just giving you some of my notes from the business. I was writing and recording some, a little voiceover for the D&D stream. I'll put that here. Is that an ampersand? How do you make an ampersand? How the fuck do you make an ampersand? That, right? Dude, what does an ampersand look like? What a weird symbol. Have any of you ever written it out by hand ever? It just looks weird. It doesn't look correct. I wouldn't think all the time. Why are you writing out ampersands? What are you doing? Who does that? It's kind of like a cursive 8. This one's, I feel like, is recognizable, kind of. I copied exactly what's on my keyboard, and I would never recognize this as an ampersand. This is so confusing looking. You put D and D. I mean, I alternate between D and D and D and D. That was a good ampersand. That looked like an ampersand. Anyway, a lot of business going on. The top loop is closed? What? It looks, no, it isn't. You're saying it's like that? That just looks like an 8 with a tail. I don't think that's correct. I think mine was better. I think this is an ampersand. Like, that clearly looks more like an ampersand, dude. Top right is correct. Really? This is the one I would think is the most like an ampersand. Are you trolling? I'm not trolling. I don't write out ampersands because I'm not a lunatic. Okay, we can't, they're hiding ampersand from me. Oh, it is connected at the top. Oh, you're right. It is basically just an 8. Okay, so you can do it in like one swoop like this. That's kind of cool. We told you. Well, you guys lie to me all the time. And then you act shocked when I don't believe you when you're actually telling the truth. How could he just not believe us when we're saying something repeatedly in chat? How could he ignore our sterling track record of telling the truth? You talk like gaslighting is a thing.